Chev, a tough result today, but as a season on a whole, how do you? These guys have just been amazing.
Yeah, without a doubt, everything that's gone on with COVID, they're a great bunch. A bit emotional in there now after, but it shows they just don't quit. And even there, like when we're 18-0 down and they're still trying and they're still finding a way to get themselves back into the game. We just ran out of time today. We weren't great at the start, and by the time we got into the groove of it, time ran out for us. But again, like, it's them. They're a privilege to coach, and like I said, they've got better. So as the year's gone on, they've got better. We might not have got the result today, but they've actually got better. They found a bit of resolve. So that's development. That's development coaching. Are the kids leaving better than when we got them, and are them that have come getting better each and every day? So yeah, it's gutting to see them like they are in the changing rooms now, but we'll look back and know that it's been a great season and a season that's bonded everybody.
You touched on it there, and throughout when I've talked to you throughout the season, you know, this is essentially all about development, and for especially the first year guys coming through to see how they've stepped up.
Yep.
To this under-19s level quite smoothly, you know.
Yeah.
That must be something that, like you touched on, you're really pleased with how they really developed.
Yeah, without a doubt. And look, I want to win. Every coach wants to win games, but not at the expense of kids not knowing what they're doing. Now, if I was an head coach of the first team, wins are wins. You've got to win. When we're down here, I'm building kids that are going to be able to get into that first team and know how it is to win. They're going to do the little bits right. They're going to take the unselfish acts, and it's building for the club from underneath, and getting them kids up into that environment where they're built for it, and they know that an all-in attitude towards hard work and discipline and skill is what's going to get them to where they are, and then that's when they become winners, is when they understand what they're doing and why they're doing it, and the outcome that type of attitude brings.
Focusing back on this game, was that first half, did that really just not kill off the game, but was that a really tough thing to come back from, the way that they were pinning us back near our own try line and really just restricting our possession in
yeah, and we again, going to performance, we didn't finish the sets well. Like, we got down onto their try line, we looked like we lacked a little bit of shape because we were fatigued off the back of not finishing the sets, giving penalties away, getting marched down the field, and we brought that cycle of energy. Like, they had a little bit more energy than us, a little bit more composure when they needed it because they had energy, and we just lost his way. Then in the second half, we started matching them for energy, being smarter, having a little bit more control about us play, and we come close. We come close to getting a win. So there's a lesson in there. It's like, it's on us to do what we do right, and then we give ourselves a proper chance of winning.
And you've just touched on a few of these guys that have played today. It's their last game for the club. What did you say pre-match, and what have you sort of said post-match to them and the group?
Yeah, well, you speak about it all the time, and in team sports, no team stays the same forever. There might be a core of players that stay there for a while, but there's always new people come in and people leave. I told them to treasure them friendships that they've made, and don't be sad that it's over. Be sad that be happy that it's happened. It's like, they've had the experience of pulling the shirt on, the lead shirt. There's thousands of kids that would love to have that opportunity to play. For some, it's not. For some, it's just the end of the road at Leeds, and that don't mean that the career's over. And that's what I touched on all week, is that they've got to believe in themselves. Just because we have an opinion or we can't make room for them doesn't mean that the game's over. Stay engaged with the game. Remember why you played it as a 7-8-year-old, and anchor to that feeling rather than the disappointment of the door shutting at Leeds. And that way you'll always remain in the game, whether it's back at your amateur club, back at another club, if you go join another club. So on that, wrapping it up, it's emotional, but you anchor onto the bond that you've made.